When you receive a man inside of your body, you are absorbing him, all parts of him, right? Women are internal. We need to value the act of sex more than men do. We have to. We can't conduct ourselves like them. We shouldn't. You can do whatever you want to do. We shouldn't. Because the effects of that act has more of an effect on women than it does men. I don't want equality to men. I'm not equal to them. I'm a woman, right? I serve a different purpose in this life. I'm not in competition with men. So I don't want to do things just because men are doing them. I don't need to have rights to do things that men do. My rights are afforded to me so that I can do what I need to do. Not because men have it, I should have it. I should have what I desire because I desire it. Simple. Men are not a measuring tool for how I live my life. Again, I'm not in competition with men. Men serve a purpose and women serve a purpose. So the act of sex, right? It's a ritual, whether you believe in rituals or not. You are engaging in something very intimate, right? And life comes out of that act. It doesn't have to be a baby, right? You can birth things through the act of sex with a person. That's why women have to be very mindful of who they allow in their bodies. If you receive lack and limitation, that is what you will produce in the world. Is lack and limitation. Again, we take on the men that we receive. We take on their mannerisms, their thinking, their ways. It's just the way it is, right? We don't morph into them, but we do take on what we receive in our body. It's no different than what you eat. You are what you eat, right? You are what you think. You read things and you operate based off of the knowledge that you take in. Sex is very intimate, right? Again, you have to be very mindful of who you are receiving in your body. Men dragged me. They created YouTube videos, TikTok videos of me speaking on breaking up with my ex-boyfriend who passed away. They were highly offended that I broke up with him for what they deem isn't worthy of breaking up with a person, a man, right? And they trivialize it. Oh, you didn't get married. You know, all of the things that people use, society uses to try to guilt women or shame women because they choose to be single or they choose to leave a relationship, right? First and foremost, there was a spiritual reason why I could no longer exist in that relationship. It had nothing to do with him. I still loved him when I broke up with him. But lack and limitation started to show up in my world. And I knew where the source was coming from. Because I knew him and I knew how he thought and I knew how he operated in the world. I knew how he thought about money and all of the things. It's not just money. right? Lack in all areas, limitation in all areas. So it was literally a matter of life and death for me, not physical death, but a metaphorical death, right? I was not able to manifest because there was a blockage there, the relationship. I am very in tune with myself. That's why I never had to date, because I know who I'm supposed to be with. I know who I'm supposed to receive. I'm very, very in tune. I'm very protected, right? And I will receive who and what I am supposed to receive in order for me to fulfill my purpose here. I have a purpose, and people, relationships, things, circumstances cannot get into the way of my purpose. And so they will be removed, right? I cannot live the way the average person lives, hanging on to things that don't serve me just for the sake of time and hanging on. Women have to understand how important it is to choose with extreme discernment who you receive in your body, because your life will be the result of that relationship. Women who have a lot of partners, who's just free with themselves, there's a lot of confusion in their world. There's a lot of confusion in their heads. And there are women who are sacred whores, who know how to cleanse themselves, if that's their job here, if that's their purpose here is to heal men through sex. Those women are special. They're chosen spiritually, and they know how to cleanse themselves. And I'm not talking about a bath. Most women are not that. Your body, your choice, yes. But you have to be mindful of what you choose for your body. It doesn't make sense that you eat right, exercise, and do all these things, use the best skincare products, but you lay with anyone who will give you some attention. That's why women have to work on themselves, because male attention, needing that attention and validation from anyone, any man who will give it to you, will have you out of order. Nice things, and everybody doesn't get access to nice things. The nicer something is, the more exclusive it is, the more expensive it is, the less people get access to it. We know that about luxury brands, but we don't know that about ourselves. You can't trivialize, well, you shouldn't trivialize things as something as serious as receiving a man in your body. That can cause all kinds of ailments, right? Women will have all kinds of issues going on with their lady part, and instead of getting rid of the source of the problem, which is oftentimes the man, they remedy the issues that they're having and still sleep with the man. You have to be mindful of that. Your body is rejecting something when your body is telling you that it's no good. You have to let it go, right? We don't continue to eat if we throw something up, right? You have to honor yourself. But women are so male-centered that any attention will cause them to give their bodies to men. Men are frivolous with themselves. That's not okay for them to do either, but you only have control of you. What men do, if they want to spread themselves around, if they think that that's okay, then they get to do that. But I don't conduct myself as men because I'm nice things. If they don't value themselves enough to not sleep with any woman, because women can be their detriment too, then that's their decision to make. The only power and control you have is over yourself. There's a lot of focus on men, what men do this, men do that. If men want to insert themselves in those who are semen receptacles. That's what they do. If they want to be community dick, that's all they think of themselves. If they don't know any other way to express themselves outside of sleeping with women, then that's, if they are still operating from their lower half and have not ascended and are choosy, they don't know how to pick, choose, and refuse women, then that's them. That has nothing to do with how you conduct yourself. A lot of men are slave to the pussy. That's a weakness. Gotta be mindful of men like that. They're liabilities. Right? You don't have to do what men do. You can actually be stronger and have more self-respect than they do for themselves. A lot of them don't have any self-respect. I ain't gonna get into that. That's a different conversation. Right? Your body is a temple. You should treat it as such. It should be sacred. Everybody don't get to enter the temple. Right? Everybody don't have what it takes. Everybody don't have the credentials. That's how you got to think of yourself. Just like you eat the right foods and work out and want the best skincare products, you have to choose the best dick.